Kate McCartney and Kate McLennan. Welcome. Hey, Deadloch, it's a show about a lot of things. Murder, ocean seals, lesbians, lesbian choirs, and more blue language than a Scorsese flick. So how did you pitch the show and get someone to make it then? How does that go?
Yeah, look, it was quite easy because the person we pitched to was actually a seal-loving lesbian who just had a taste for murder. No, it took 8 years for us to get this made, and had we had that sort of tagline for it, I reckon it would have taken a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Where were you guys 8 years ago?
So was the transition from breakfast television to grim small-town murder just a natural evolution for you?
I think so. I think, you know, if you work in morning television, the natural progression is just to go to murder. Straight to murder.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Confirm, yeah. Confirm,
So what, have you always had that interest in murder, even as you were waking up all bright and tight?
From childhood,
Really?
yeah.
Right.
Just love
Bit
it. We love a
heavenly
bit
creatures.
of crime. Love a bit of murder. No. Weirdly, and don't judge us for this, but we had children. Don't judge us. No, we were when we were breastfeeding our kids. You know, at that 3 a.m. kind of like just the guy, and you're like, who am I? Do I exist? Do I exist?
Yeah.
That was when we both started watching crime dramas.
Yeah,
you know.
and you told me to watch Broadchurch.
I did.
And I thought, because it had Olivia Colman in it, who I knew from comedy shows, that, you know, it was going to be a comedy. And Broadchurch, for anyone watching who has not seen Broadchurch, it is not a comedy.
No.
It's not a comedy.
Was that important then to make sure that this was funny as well as being like about, you know, a horrific thing, but the comedy has to come through?
Yeah, we were really interested in seeing how we could walk that tightrope of making something very funny but also dealing with something that was, you know, there's serious subject matter but also it's really thrilling and it's a real, like, significant crime threat.
And there's a real, I guess the only way to put it is an Australian approach to swearing in it. Like, there is so much swearing. How do you think that's, like, how did Amazon feel about all the swearing?
Yeah, look, this may come as a surprise to everyone, but you know, other nations don't like swearing as much as we do. They don't do it as much. So we did have to, we had to twist their arm. We ended up getting...
Our director, Ben Chessel, he wrote what has been known as, in the industry now, as the C-word essay.
Oh!
So I think it was like,
Wow.
yeah.
It certainly was. It had footnotes.
Sorry, what's the secret?
Yeah.
Well, he basically did like a dissertation on justifying how
illustrating
how it can be
how
The word of how Australians use C-bomb.
Like
You know, how
punctuation.
important it is to the Australian vernacular.
Oh, so basically this is our culture, please respect it.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, and someone got it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
sent
yeah.
it out to everyone at Amazon.
Bezos has it. No.
How appropriate.
Yeah.
Don't say anything about Bezos.
I'm not allowed to.
Hey, you know, I love that it started with a dead guy instead of like most crime things. It always starts with a dead woman who's blue and floating in a river or whatever. And then the people that solve the crimes are predominantly women. Variously inept, but still they get the job done. Was that deliberate to kind of flip things like that?
It was really deliberate. It was like it was something that we decided to do very, very early on in writing the show. And also, we're just not very good at writing men.
Terrible at writing men.
Had to kill them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dead men you can write.
Yeah,
very good.
They're
They're a lot
very,
easier.
very easy.
Yeah.
We found.
Was Tasmania like always the place where you wanted to set? Because I don't know what it is, but Tasmania is like that. To me, that is the funniest place. Comedy just seems to happen when you're in Tasmania. Was that important to you guys to set it in Tasmania?
Yeah, I think it feels like no matter where you are in Tasmania that you're in a small town. And that small town could possibly be anywhere in Australia as well. It's like this little microcosm of the bigger picture, I guess. And it's just so beautiful down there as well. So I guess, you know, we keep calling it Tassie Noir. I mean, we're not the first person to say that, but it is like this Tassie Noir. And it was, you know, we were looking at the shows that are made, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere and kind of go, okay, well, where would we make that? And it's like, well, it would be Tassie.
So beautiful and atmospheric.
So Tasmania is the Scandinavia of Australia.
I think so, but they don't want you going down there. The Tasmanians, they're
very happy with how they've got it sorted down there.
Well, Deadloch is on Prime Video from June 2nd. Will you please thank the Kates, Kate McLennan and Kate McCartney?